Today, I decided to once again dive into the history of some more forgotten online video games. These are games that either peaked from the beginning or a little while after, but have since significantly died down. Starting off with the first game on our list, Splitgate. Splitgate is an online first-person shooter similar to the likes of Call of Duty and Halo. However, what made it stand out in an oversaturated market were the portals. By placing portals on any blue surface, you're able to quickly traverse the map or even catch enemies off guard. This added a new layer of strategy that just made the game an overall unique experience. The game officially launched in May of 2019 with a very small but dedicated player base. However, in July of 2021, the game would release on console with crossplay included. This update alone boosted the game's popularity to unforeseen levels. Although this rise in popularity would have been amazing for practically any game, it was actually a huge detriment to Splitgate. Like I said, the game saw a small player base prior to this sudden boost. They were nowhere near at size to handle the now over 100,000 active players at any given point in time. Before the console release, the game never saw a peak past 500 players, not including its initial launch or leading up to the release. For this reason, the game was forced to implement a year-long queue system, had lag spikes out the wazoo, and was forced into constant maintenance. Although the developers clearly worked their absolute hardest to fix these problems, it was unfortunately nowhere near fast enough. Most players lost interest just as fast as they gained it. In its current state, Splitgate is still perfectly playable, to a certain extent. Although you'll be able to find the game pretty easily thanks to the crossplay, it's not always perfect. If you're a console player and get matched with a PC player, might as well start saying your prayers. I haven't touched this game in 3 years and yet I was steamrolling little Timmy, Jimmy, and Zimmy. Although it is easier to find games, there are still times when you queue for a match, get put into this little deathmatch waiting room and just end up waiting here for ages, only for the matchmaking to get cancelled. Then, even when you load into the match, it could get suddenly cancelled either due to server issues or the player not loading in, or you just might run into AFK spin bots. As for the fate of Splitgate, well, unfortunately it's already ran its course. I decided to check the battle pass and was confused when I saw that mine was activated despite not having touched the game in years.
Oh, I have my battle pass. Wait, what? Endless battle pass? Wait, what? They're giving out free battle passes? How do you make money?
After doing a little bit of research, it turns out that this is still the Season 1 battle pass from 2 years ago. It seems that the developers initially put the full release on hold, but soon after just gave up and said, yeah, fuck this game. They announced that they would cease future development into Splitgate in favor of working on a separate project made in Unreal Engine 5. So yeah, although the game still has a dedicated player base, it will no longer be any more than it is right now. In my books, that means this game is dead. Not dead as in Ghost Town, but dead as in the developers already dug its grave and just haven't filled the hole. Anyways, I urge you to try out Splitgate if you find yourself looking for something to kill some time. But if you're a console player, just please, for the love of God, don't queue comp. Now we can move on to the next game on our list, ToonTown. With the rise in 3D MMOs in the early 2000s, Disney thought it best to start focusing a decent chunk of their efforts towards this new market. By taking their knowledge of what made a theme park fun, engaging, and interactive, they created the digital world known as ToonTown. Here, players would be able to create their own characters, explore the world, complete tasks, battle, and interact with other players. ToonTown would also run on a subscription-based model, where you'd get a set amount of gameplay for free, and if you wanted to continue further, you'd fork up a couple clams per month. Not really anything too dissimilar from other games in the same genre at the time. Although the game never hit the heights of Club Penguin or even Wizard 101, it still saw a relatively large and dedicated fan base. Though a tale as old as time, the game was inevitably shut down in September of 2013. Although the reason isn't 100% confirmed, it is very safe to say that this game suffered the same fate as Club Penguin, just a lot sooner. Disney management just running around changing this, changing that, and the player count dropping with the revenue going alongside it. Running an MMO is expensive after all, much more expensive than people would like to believe. As of now, ToonTown is still playable through a fan project known as ToonTown Rewritten. Similar to Club Penguin, I don't like that I have to download something off a website that could easily slap me around, but oh well. The game is just a copy of the original ToonTown with the added benefit of a lifetime membership. There are other players also running around, I think. I'll be honest, I can't tell if these are real human beings with a pulse or just bots. There's really not much to say other than that the game is still perfectly intact. Though I did want to add that one of the tutorial tasks is to make a friend.
What do you mean once I made a friend? So I just can't continue until I find someone to be friends with me. Hey, do you want to be my friend? Okay, I think they're not even alive.
Anyways, next up we have Payday 3. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the boring dogshit mess that is Payday 2. I'm just joking. I'm just mad that my friends made me buy this game and we never played it for more than 73 minutes in the last 5 years. I'm not even friends with them anymore. Payday ruined my life. Anyways, Payday 3 started development after Starbreeze acquired the rights to the franchise in 2021. The game's development wasn't all that shaky, but it became very clear upon launch that it still needed some more time in the oven. On launch day, September 2023, the game was practically unplayable due to the constant server overload and crashes. According to the devs, the game received upwards of 1.3 million players just 1 week after launch, and they just clearly were not prepared for this sudden influx of players. Honestly though, I would imagine these server issues would make sense for a smaller studio like 1047 Games, but I can't imagine how a studio like Starbreeze didn't expect this level of success, especially after Payday 2 was already loved by everyone except for me. After skimming through the Steam reviews, I learned that a lot of dedicated players feel cheated due to the fact that the game is just boring or clearly half-baked. Missing so much content, it's an insult to even call this game a sequel. Not to mention, it's a live service game. If you're new to that term, it means you quite literally can't do anything without an internet connection, not even play single player. The CEO actually had to come out and apologize for the server issues before apologizing for the lack of content, followed by an apology to me for taking 10 of my dollars. Even though they've publicly dedicated themselves to improving Payday 3 as much as they can, it doesn't change the fact that the player base has already given up on them. Just look at the Steam charts alone. Payday 2 is absolutely dominating 3. It's not even fair. Just looking at this chart makes my wallet shed a tear. As of now, Payday 3 is still playable on Steam for a nice $30. $30 for a game nobody gives a shit about, nobody is even playing, and is practically halfway through death's door. I'll be honest, I don't know if the server issues are still just as bad as they were before, because I refuse to buy this game. I genuinely dislike the Payday franchise. I wasn't joking about that. If it somehow comes back to life, that's great for them, but honestly, I can see them dumping this game in the trash and moving on to Payday 4 or something. Anyways, let's move on to the final game on our list, Fall Guys. Fall Guys was a game you practically could not escape seeing on Twitch in late 2020, with the only category able to top it being just chatting. One reason for this growth in viewership was due to the fact that the game was priced at $20. However, many streamers were periodically giving away free beta keys. Regardless, the game was easy to learn, clearly fun, and marketed towards children who spend mommy's credit card, myself included. However, just as quickly as this game rose to stardom, it also sank hard. There are a couple of reasons, though all of them are of course opinionated, as nobody can read the mind of every player. One reason I believe caused this drop was the lack of content. Unironically, for $20, you'd get at most 2 hours of game time before you start repeating the same levels. Streamers also started shying away from the game since they were getting stream sniped at every fucking turn. Not to mention cheaters began infesting every corner. Like, it was near impossible to play a game without at least one cheater running around. Although the second season promised to bring a lot more content, most players unfortunately didn't stick around for that long. The player count practically snapped in half. Not to mention a better version of the game released anyway, Stumble Guys #1 baby. The game only continued to decline from there until it was brought over to Epic Games and given a second chance at revival. Not to mention Quesodilla picked it up and probably brought an entirely new player base of children. As of now, honestly, I think the game is in a state that it is perfect for casual fun for children and anybody trying to relax. Instead of only cycling through official levels and matchmaking, you have the chance to play community-made levels. They pulled the classic move of having the players do their jobs for them so they can focus on other important aspects. Even I had fun with the 30-minute I spent playing this game again. Oh my god! Fucking guy! Made me choke on my fucking cookie. Wait, I'm first! Wait, I'm huge! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna fucking dox that guy, find his address, and slap him around. Jesus Christ. Come here! Why are you running? Why? Ah! Don't even fuck with me, come here. Oh nice, he fucking walked. Ah! Guys. Things are looking up for Fall Guys. They even got their own live action adaptation, though it wasn't faithful to the source material, so it was kind of ass. Anyways, that's about all I have for this video. My next video will be a lot bigger and probably one only I will care about in the end, but damn it, I can't help it but want to make it. I'll be honest, I have no idea when it'll be released, but I'm hoping by the end of this month. I might make a video in between, but I'm not too sure yet, so don't expect many videos this month. Thank you to all my Pookie Club members as well as all of you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to check out my other videos. That's all I have today, so ciao ciao.